Welcome back to Digiburst, guys. We are here with games again for BT10. We haven't had a couple of games in a while, so I thought I would jump back onto it. I am playing D Reaper on the left, and my opponent Alex is playing Alphamon on the right. Extremely skilled Alphamon player, plenty of tops with Alphamon, and of course top 8 at a regionals just last month. I'm starting off pretty well with my Reaper, plenty of searches going on, and a memory setter to match my opponent's memory setter as well. My opponent going nice and wide with their tamers to get the necessary support in order to go into their Alphamon plays. 2 underneath my mother now makes this only 1 cost with the Reaper, and then a 3 cost Jerry when played there, using the effect to get another search underneath. And then just playing a search for 3 just to try to diversify my hand, try to find all the pieces I need, try to find that Reaper. Opponent pushing out, getting that extra memory and draw of the Yuki, getting the Cool Boy, hopefully find the pieces that they need for the Cool Boy, getting their level 4, which they can evo up now if they want to go into it. Yes, they do, keeping memory, which is keeping tone, which is nice, especially when they go into the Dora Grey to gain back that memory and also get the blocker and retail. Accidentally knocks over a card there, but let's not worry about that. Get that back memory, and the Cool Boy will also give the memory and they get the draw. X antibody underneath, getting the draw of the Doraemon, and then into the Dora Greymon. This can give it protection from DP reduction and destruction. And then also put the Ryumon underneath. Passing turn, going to 3. Good to not choke me on 1. Get the Searcher underneath the mother, and then launching the Jerry effect. Super solid to get this Jerry off twice. Getting super good value out of it too. Now that I have 5 underneath mother, I can play another Jerry for free and put another Searcher underneath. Yes, the last card revealed is the Searcher that I need. We've got 6 underneath mother now. Really close to now the any gatekeepers that are revealed in my security will also be online for -1 security attack toward Digimon on the board. I go to put the bubbles in security because I feel like I get more value out of it. Now that I already have a memory tamer set up on my board, I don't really see the value out coming from it in security. Getting the extra search underneath mother is much more relevant, especially considering that he's able to blow up my searcher if he clears these Jerrys and goes into the Alphamon Uruken. Alphamon can swing here, tapping the UG to put a probably +1 security attack underneath, yes. And then he can use the X antibody to Digivolve into the Uruken mode for only 3 cost. This will blow up both my Jerrys because they are the same play cost at the highest, and then do 3 checks. So there's the bubbles, putting in the search underneath. Now I have 7 underneath my searcher, and then TK Kari is super good for me. Opponent restands after doing the 3 checks, and he can, it's an end turn, so he has to drop up to 7 material and then gain back that memory. So he drops 5, I'm thinking. Oh, 6, 7. He's going to go the whole 7. Going back to 5 memory. Lots of memory for him to work with. He can swing again, doing 3 more checks. This will clear the last of my security. And if he just has the hybrid, then he's got the game. X antibody comes to hand, really nice. This will extend the number of material underneath mother. But he doesn't have the hybrid, unfortunately. He will just play the Koji, the Congo and the Breath of the Gods, then play down a rookie set me on 3. Congo's really good in this scenario because he doesn't want me to heal back into lots of security, especially if I have a gatekeeper in hand. So we're just playing down, getting lots of material underneath my mother here. I can pop my booster. My goal here is to either remove bodies on board and set up a gatekeeper, or just go for game, and I need to put enough searches underneath mother in order to do that, so I have enough material for when I blow, or when I go in Reaper, I just have it. So I decided I can go for game, dumping all these searches underneath from Reaper, from the mother, and then I've got 6 checks here from Reaper, so I need them all to go through, especially because I can't rely on any shenanigans with Congo. So Reaper just shredding security now. Hopefully I don't hit a Breath of the Gods. One last check, and I've got the extra Searcher there to unspend. Easy cleanup for game 1. We'll go into game 2. That was a real tight game. On to game 2. Opponent decides to go first. Pretty optimal for him. Alphamon could go either first or second. It's pretty flexible like that. Mother wants to go first because it can memory choke with the searches, and it also gives them good initiative with setting up Mother for sources underneath. So Alphamon going for the counterplay is probably good for them. Just swinging in for some early chip damage. Always good to eliminate that first and remove any potential Breath of the Gods that they might already have in the security. And I search out a Searcher and a Gatekeeper with my feet. Gatekeeper's super good to have in my hand, ready to go. He's got the Doru with giving that Digimon Blocker and Retail, going to Doru Grey. This will give protection from Destruction and DP reduction. Destruction and DP reduction are my only ways for removal, besides punching over things. So this Doru Grey is super safe here. Searcher underneath Mother, grabbing a Searcher, getting a free memory, picking up the X Anybody from the draw, getting that underneath Mother is really nice to make this Bubbles free on play, and then put another Searcher underneath so I can draw with the other Searcher again. I'm pretty relaxed with my Searchers here because I know they're relatively safe, because the only removal the X Anybody player has is the level 7. That being said, it's very vulnerable in this scenario because I have 3 Digimon with the same highest play cost. So that would have been a really hard time if he was able to go into the Origin, but it didn't look like he was well set up for that. Searcher underneath the Mother, get another Searcher, get the draw. I can now do -5 play cost, getting a Jerry for free, looking at top 3, getting that Searcher underneath Mother again. Now my Gatekeepers are online if any are revealed in the security, or if I play any at all too. I decide to go for the Spiral Masquerade, which would do -9,000 to this Doru Grey. It's at 9k DP with the 1000 DP inherent effects, and then of course -6,000 to the champion will remove it as well. It's really nice play considering he wasn't able to capitalize off it, and he left it vulnerable from last turn. And now I've got a pretty strong board at this point, but Congo will seal that up for him. I can't get my 3 damage in with these little weenies here because they are lower than 7 play cost. 7 play cost or lower. I can use the Jerry effect to put the Searcher underneath to try to get value out of it while it's still there. Now I've got lots of Searchers underneath Mother, so I can go for a Reaper play with 7 sources underneath the Mother. But I probably don't want to do that here because I want to hit out as much security as possible with my little guys, and I don't think I have enough Searchers anyway in order to do that. So I set up my Gatekeeper. I don't get the heal, but the -1 security is super relevant to prevent any hybrid shenanigans that he might have. He would need to have a ridiculous setup in order to actually do a really big play. And he just doesn't have the pieces, you can tell from when he plays down the rookie in order to try to grab something. I think he's missing the Alphamon. Popping the booster, going to 3, and then playing another rookie to try to find their pieces. There's the Doru Grey, that might help them. And will he go into it? Yeah, he goes into it. Yep. You can definitely put some things underneath to gain back the memory choke me on 2. But I do have lethal here if I have the Reaper. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to swing with my Jerry to hit in. Jerry will live this check because it's actually got plenty of DP from the boostings. And then I can go in with feet. Go in with Bubbles first because he does have a blocker with Retail. There's a Breath of the Gods. Yes, this is bad news for me because I can't hit for game now. Especially because the Doru Grey has the blocker and retaliation. I can heal back with retreat, putting the Gatekeeper on top, and then playing another Gatekeeper on top. This is a fantastic play, because not only was the Gatekeeper really cheap, but it also means that these rookies won't do any checks, and he has to remove the gatekeeper before he can really make any sort of plays. In order to do that, he would need to be wasting a lot of memory to remove it, and doing so he might end up passing turn, or he will leave a lot of my Digimon vulnerable, or when he does the checks, it forces him to find the second gatekeeper that I put in its security, and that will lock down the rookies again. Especially if he wants to get any sort of value of the multiple checks from the Alphamon that eventually goes in here. So the X antibody will trigger off the Origin, but of course he'll do the UG first to put another Dora Grey underneath. 7 memory of over this Origin because it's not an Alphamon, he just couldn't find it. Popping my gatekeeper, he's doing 3 checks, so first check, and then second check, there's the gatekeeper that I put in, then no more checks after I heal because the Alphamon loses a security attack from the gatekeeper effect. So, end of turn, he is dropping 7 sources in order to gain back 7 memory and keep turn. He needs to now either remove this gatekeeper or set up a lot of blockers, and I don't think there's any way for him to do it. It's to do 2 checks here, but the gatekeeper coming out of security, that was a random one, will get me the heal and then no more checks. Punching in feet, then punch in for game. Super solid game. This was fantastic to play and really challenging for both players. If you like that one, guys, definitely check out the rest of my channel. Plenty of BT9 videos already up there, and I got plenty of BT10 videos already on the way. Subscribe, and I'll see you next time.